Mr. Chief Evaluator, Toastmasters, guests, and Richard. I saw this speech on Sunday. And what struck me about this is that though this is a speech, it is a speech written by George Washington Harris. It's not Richard's speech. In my book, when I say somebody else's words, that's acting. And that's fine, because that's what you need to do with this particular speech. This is a very complex man. This is not just some guy that threw some rocks together like somebody else would. This is a man who is well-educated, well-read, deep thinker, successful as a writer, successful in business, and then at the ripe old age of 40-something probably, he goes out with his hands. And does, I mean, he must have hurt. I mean, really been in pain those first few weeks. What I felt through this whole speech was that you got all of that. You understood all of that. You've really taken the time to really get to know this man. What I would like to see you do with it, what would improve it enormously, is to take a few lessons from acting. And the one that I would like you to take is called the beat. In acting, and when you study acting, you find out what the beat is in a speech. So there may be 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 different beats. There are sections within that you need to study. And with each section you have to decide, what's my body doing? What's the guy talking about? What's my character talking about? And what emotion is supplying that particular thing? And the emotions can be subtly different, very subtly different, but they are different. And they build, and they go up, and they come down, because that's normal. They go up, and they come down. And this is a man who gets teased about reading the Iliad. I mean, is there anybody in here who's been teased about reading the Iliad? Has anyone in this room read the Iliad? 2 of us. But the point is, this is a man who has been around the block a number of times. And if you look at the pictures of there, the one that you got there, look at his face and look at the other ones there. And you can see who's the brightest candle in that picture. And that's what you have to get. Because what you've got now is you've got, I know all this about him and I'm just going to stuff it in there and I'm going to stuff it in there and put some over here and put some over here. Now you need to take the time and say, okay, this is what I know. Here's where I'm going to show this. Here's where I'm going to show that. Here's where I'm going to show this. And once you do that, I mean, it'll just become, oh, is that Richard or is it George? Okay? The last suggestion I have for you, and we talked about this before, when you end, you leave. You leave. Now, how you handle that?
Yes,
is the person who's introducing you calls you back on stage. You make sure that that person calls you back. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Stewart, please. Let's bring him back and give him a great hand.
I was trying to figure out how
That's how you do that.
Okay, thank you. That's brilliant.
Just do that.
Yeah.